What if we had a Black Project 2025? Hear me out. I know it sounds crazy, but this is my vision. What if all of us were to get into a group? Okay, I'm talking doctors, lawyers, engineers. There's so many of us that are so talented, and we were to work together with our own Black agenda for 2025.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren and I'm Maureen. So I don't know how many of you heard about the Black Project 2025, which was supposed to counteract the Project 2025 that was supposedly a Republican Party project. So in today's episode, guys, we are going to be looking at people who are raising concerns on social media, because I remember when Project 2025, the Black Project, was coming out, it really went viral and everybody was talking about it. People donated towards the cause, and right now they're coming out with concerns. Of course, the internet is divided. Some people are supporting Ania, the person who initiated the Black Project 2025, and other people are straight out calling her a scammer. First of all, because some claim that before Black Project 2025 she was jobless, and after the Black Project 2025 donations, she has since bought a new house and is manifesting a Lamborghini worth $100,000. Right, guys, we don't talk a lot. Let's just watch and then we come back and talk about it. Remember to leave us your thoughts and opinion on the comment section. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here. Let's watch.
Manifesting a Lamborghini is crazy work when you are not answering people's questions about where did that $100,000 go. Now, child, I done fell down the rabbit hole of Black Project 2025. Now, back in November, Anaya, who runs this ad agency called Media Buying Besties, and she started this project titled Black Project 2025. And it was supposed to be in stark contrast to what Project 2025 was getting ready to do in the White House. And in one of her initial videos, she had created this link where people could sign up. And at the time this was taken, about 4,700 members had signed up, which is pretty amazing. Now, after Anaya had got her project off the ground, her and somebody by the name of Alana Banks had organized this GoFundMe, which had raised about $103,000. So after that occurred, everybody knew that this project was getting ready to take off. Now, while organizing this project and getting the group members to sign up, they then launched their Discord server as well as a website. And on that website, these are all the job listings, roughly around 20 of them, that they had open to help people start to initiate this Black Project 2025 project. Now, of course, all the roles were volunteer roles, which is totally fine because this is a new project getting off the ground. Now, at the time of launching those job listings, the Discord server, as well as organizing all the people who signed up, they also launched a LinkedIn, and they only have 2 members listed as active employees for the Project 2025 project. Now, fast forward to January 20th of this year, and the organizer, Anaya, the one who began Black Project 2025, introduces something called KIN.
It is our very own BP 2025 cryptocurrency that's going to not only allow us to power our mission, but also allow you to invest in an asset that can grow in value as our awareness does.
Baby, as soon as she announced that cryptocurrency, she done sent the internet up in smoke, because ain't nobody asked for no cryptocurrency. And after she had launched the cryptocurrency, that's when people started to separate a little bit from Black Project 2025, because they were like, we thought we were doing community organizing in order to be able to get Black focused agendas basically into Washington. If you go to the NAACP's website, they talk about what Project 2025 is doing and the impacts it has on the Black community, specifically dismantling affirmative action and weakening discrimination laws, and reduce the enforced power of Equal Opportunity Commission, or the EEOC, threatening to reverse gains made in employment equity and equal opportunity. Project 2025 also would include rolling back key environmental protections, reducing the enforcement of the environment regulation, and prioritizing of industrial and corporate interests over community health. And when you go to Black Project 2025's initiative or their mission statement, only thing that they actually discuss is, we're on a mission to drive economic unification, fuel development, and create a legacy through innovation and shared success, which is really a stark contradiction of launching a cryptocurrency. Because when she first started discussing Black Project 2025, she made no mention of a cryptocurrency. She did talk about centralizing everybody's money in order to be able to build projects like grocery stores and hospitals and things of that nature, but nothing of a cryptocurrency. But I'm going to play back her first video that was launched after the election so you can hear if what their mission statement actually aligns with what she first proposed.
What if we had a Black Project 2025? Hear me out. I know it sounds crazy, but this is my vision. What if all of us were to get into a group? Okay, I'm talking doctors, lawyers, engineers. There's so many of us that are so talented, and we were to work together with our own Black agenda for 2025. I'm talking opening up Black-owned grocery stores in certain cities, Black-owned banks, so that way we can actually get our home loans and do what we need to do, our own doctor's offices, our own law practices, and we really were to just congregate and push towards our goals and our outcomes, right? And so this is how I envision it going. We can all get into this group. We can all donate what we have to donate on a monthly basis. And then basically we can have a CEO, we can have a CMO, and we can have a CFO that's in charge of leading the groups with the initiatives, right? We could have bi-weekly, monthly calls in regards to where we stand with our goals. So, okay, guys, we want a Black-owned grocery store in Los Angeles built and developed, August 2025. This is where we stand. This is how much we have funded. This is what's needed. This is where we are in the process. And we just go from there.
And now a cryptocurrency. And I think what makes this whole Black Project 2025 feel a little more egregious is that the creator of Black Project 2025, instead of updating people on, well, where's the project going now past the cryptocurrency, she's posting videos of inspiration of how she's going to manifest herself a Lamborghini. You have to understand that this video is just done in poor taste. Even if this video has nothing to do with Black Project 2025, the money that was raised, it just comes in poor taste when people have so many questions.
I'm going to say something that y'all might not agree with, and that's okay. You should never agree with everything someone says. But the situation with the Black Project 2025, where she put out a link where you guys could donate to build her organization up, you donated. You did not pay for anything. It was a donation. And if you're not fact checking what you're donating because you saw someone post something on TikTok or Instagram and you saw Black and Project together, it made you think, I want to invest. You did not invest. You donated. Working in tech is probably the most complex, difficult, time-consuming, very hard thing to do. Now, if she's building her brand with the app for creating a place where communities and businesses can come together, or if she's putting a Bitcoin together, you donated. Everything costs a lot of money. But if you're donating because you are having the expectation in getting your money's worth, then you have no business donating anywhere. Because I'm going to be honest with you, when you donate to the Red Cross, where's the proof? There's so many charities that we donate to and we don't really know how to fact check, but we're doing it anyway, right? This girl is building a brand. And this is why Black people cannot have anything. Because y'all think everybody is scamming you. It's just that you don't know. You haven't done enough research to understand. And if she is, joke's on you, because you don't have no business donating to something that you don't know what you're donating for. Expecting something in return is wild to me. You're giving to give. You're giving to give. It seems like she's doing a lot of this herself. And startup companies and startup businesses don't just happen overnight. Okay? It doesn't just happen miraculously and boom, here's all this stuff going on. Y'all gotta stop jumping on someone until you hear the facts. Just because someone on TikTok says she's a scam, you're gonna believe it? Innocent until proven guilty, okay? In the court of the law. Like, I am not gonna slander that little girl because we assume that she's scamming us because you haven't seen where your donation has gone to. Go to her page. You can see it. You can see it. She's building into her brand. She's building into her business. She's building up a community. That's where you're donating to. So again, stop donating to places if you have no idea what you're donating for. Just because you see something Black that comes up on your screen doesn't mean you immediately jump on it, okay? Because that's your fault. You had no business donating to anywhere where you don't know what it is about.
Wait, so you're telling me that Black Project 2025 was a scam? As someone with experience organizing in a multitude of capacities, I have some thoughts and I have some feelings about this whole Anaya Project 2025 situation. Now, do I want to believe that her initial intent behind this whole idea was to scam the Black community? Absolutely not. I do not believe that when she originally came out with this, she came out with it with it in mind to take advantage of our community during one of our most vulnerable moments. But what I do think happened was she's young. She's 22. She probably has no experience organizing on this capacity. She had an idea. She got on this app. She spoke it into existence, and a lot of people resonated and agreed with it. And it probably came real before she could actually sit down and think about what she wanted to do. Like a lot of us, we get on this app and we just kind of run our mouths, and we don't expect, you never know which video is going to blow up. That's what I'm trying to say. This is not me defending her though. This is me just trying to see multiple perspectives, because there is a perspective that I would like to now throw into this as to why I personally feel like this whole thing did not work out. The problem is, with our generation, we have to realize that not everybody is called to lead. I feel like with our generation, a lot of people want to be these revolutionaries that we read and studied about, but you have to understand, of the majority of the population of people during that time, how many people were actually called to be revolutionaries, to be leaders, to lead mass numbers of people successfully? It takes a very specific type of person to lead a movement, to lead an organization ethically, morally, selflessly, you know, and not everybody has that. And one problem that I see a lot with organizations, especially ones that we're starting up as the up and coming leaders, as the new adults, is that they might start out with the purest of intentions, but with our generation, we have a big problem with our ego. And that showed with everything that was going on with the Anaya thing. We want to be the person. We want all the credit. We want all the recognition. We want all of the things that sometimes once we start getting those things, it does get to our head. You understand what I'm saying? It does get to our head, even if that was not our intention. Blowing up and becoming somebody very fast when you were comparatively not really anybody, that's a lot. And that's what I'm saying. It takes a specific type of person to be able to handle something like that, morally, ethically, and selflessly.
All right, so Black Project 2025, Anaya, y'all done sent me down a rabbit hole, and I ain't trying to get any deeper than what I have. Now, I made that video yesterday or the day before yesterday talking about how I was looking back into the initiative and trying to figure out how it might have slipped past me or whatever the case may have been, and y'all have sent me down a rabbit hole, and now y'all got nosy bystander and everybody else on this, and there are people coming out that clearly have been talking about the things that are going on with this. So I'm just gonna say this, right? Judging by the videos that I have watched, and also judging by the things that have come through my inbox, this whole situation, if it is not cleared up quickly and people do not start hearing something, right, it is going to warrant not just suing. You know, that term sue is very broad. We're talking about what this is dealing with now is more so FTC-ish, and I'll tell you why. When you think about what warrants the FTC complaint to begin with, possible things that could warrant an FTC, is what's currently showing with Black Project 2025. These people that are coming out saying they were kicked out of Discord, or they were silenced in Discord, or their messages were deleted. All the people that were saying that they started asking about their money, etc., etc., they were either being blocked, they were being sent a cease and desist, or they were written off as disgruntled for whatever reason, either being a ex-volunteer, employee, etc. I've heard the gamut of it, right? So this is the deal. FTC complaints, what I could see going back, I actually went back to the creator Anaya's previous videos, and I really listened closely, you know, to what she was saying, more closely than I did before, back last year. And she went from saying your donations, when she was explaining the King coin, your donations are an investment into this coin, right? And I think people need to understand that that is misleading. So when you're calling a donation, or you're transitioning the term donation to investments, that's what brings the FTC in, okay? Because there are a couple of violations. You got advertising or deceptive marketing that could be told. Fraud, of course, because those who donated are being misled to believe that they are making financial investments rather than giving a donation to a cause. And you also have, and this is straight from the FTC website, so this is not anything that you can't look up yourself, scams, right? More so charity scams, which that doesn't really fall under this, but if you're using the term donations, it definitely can be perceived as this. And so I truly believe that that is what this is going to stem and transition to, which is very harmful. Unfortunately, that's unfortunate, because this is a great opportunity. The way that it was executed is quite questionable. The fact that there are so many people that gave money, we're talking about $100,000+. That's a big red flag. Not to mention, I've heard within the last 24 hours about how this very same person was unemployed or lost their job a few days before all of this, and all of a sudden now has been able to purchase a home, is now a landlord as well, and manifesting a foreign car.
What's up, guys? So I have seen what has been circulating on social media, and as unfortunate as it is, as someone that started this mission with a certain level of transparency that you guys have come to know and love, I will continue to uphold that level of transparency, especially in the face of adversity. So first, let's talk about how we got here, right? When BP 2025 conceptualized, obviously as a community, there was a lot of hurt as a result of what had occurred from the presidential election. And I thought to myself, well, what if we could all come together, support one another's businesses, create our own systems, infrastructure, and resources, so that way we as a community could continue to progress no matter what happened in that avenue of the world, right? I brought the idea to social media, and there was nothing that could have prepared me for the amount of positive feedback that came as a result of the concept of BP 2025. But then it was time to figure out how to actually bring all this to life. Where can we have this community? How can we do this, right? So we tried to build our community on Heartbeat. Heartbeat lost its pulse, and then we moved over to Discord, and then we found out very quickly that our previous Discord ticketing system had limitations, right? So obviously, we've since then rectified that problem. We can have unlimited tickets open. So for those of you guys that were like, oh, I tried to get in the Heartbeat, then I tried to get in the Discord, I'm tired of fighting the good fight, I throw my hands up, y'all figure it out. You can get in. We've rectified the problem. The infrastructure and the resources are there, okay? Now, moving on to GoFundMe and Kin, I want to clarify, GoFundMe has been shut down for over a month now. And the reason for that is because I anticipated that we would run into issues with trying to fuel this mission with leveraging GoFundMe, right? And that's where Kin conceptualized from. For those of you guys who are interested in how Kin fits into fueling the BP 2025 mission, go to www.officialblackproject2025.com and look at our roadmap. And for those of you guys that are like, great, now I understand how it fits into the mission, how does Kin work? I already thought about the fact that there would be a level of confusion associated with the topic within our community. Go to www.kincoin.com and go to Learn, and then go to Academy, because I created a resource, it's totally free, called Kin Academy, so you guys could come and learn about the topic of Kin and how it integrates into our mission. In addition to that, I encourage you guys to go read the Kin white paper. Tried to make it as informative as possible, worked very hard with the team. We're very excited about the launch of it, thought it was something that was very innovative and forward thinking. And, you know, obviously the incoming administration kind of validated that concept, right? So moving forward, I also want to clarify, we are in the process of verifying everything with GoFundMe. We have absolutely nothing to hide on this end. And I can't believe I even have to say this, but the things that are just being accused are just downright not true. In this particular instance, guys, I would encourage you to use some form of discernment here. I'd be lying to you if I said that I didn't think that attacks like this would come in my pursuit of this mission. It is expected to a certain extent, right? And yes, it's heartbreaking, and yes, it's hard, and yes, it hurts me to sit there and watch folks challenge my integrity and my background and my life and the mission. But I'm not going to give up. I'm not. And I'm going to continue to fight for this mission, because at the end of the day, it is rooted in doing good for the community. And no matter what occurs, I'm going to continue to fight the good fight. Our volunteers that have shown up, they're going to continue to fight the good fight. And for those of you guys who are like, I want to know what's going on in the day-to-day, go apply through our Dover link, go interview with our recruitment team, come volunteer with us, right? So that way you could be a part of the day-to-day. If you want some skin in the game, come get some skin in the game, come join us, right? And so while I acknowledge that what is going on social media is just downright unfortunate, and yes, it is hurtful, I'm going to continue to prevail. Nobody's going to throw in the towel here. And so moving forward, what are we going to do? Because I'm not going to spend too much time talking about what's going on that's negative, because it's just not productive. Obviously, you guys know we have an upcoming town hall inside of the BP 2025 Discord where we're going to brief you guys on what's going on with recruitment and where we are in our processes and next steps, so you guys can come and get your questions answered. And then in addition to that, I'm going to integrate a town hall for kin too, since there's so much confusion associated with the topic. Also, I want to clarify too, we did not put any of the donations into the kin liquidity pool. We only use a very small portion to actually develop the initial infrastructure for kin. So for those of you guys that are, thinking that that's where everything went, I can confirm that is not the case. But moving forward, yes, we're going to be a lot more active in Discord. We've got events that are coming, so that way we as a community can continue to learn, grow, and progress. We've got town halls coming from BP. We've got town halls coming for kin. And I'm really excited to continue to work as a community to move this mission forward. For those of the volunteers that have shown up, I'm so thankful for you. For those that have shown up to donate, I'm so thankful for you. For those that have shown up just by, sharing the content on social media, I'm so thankful for you.
Y'all, who remembers Black Project 2025? A lot of people are saying that Black Project 2025 was a scam, right? Well, I actually joined Black Project 2025. I actually got a job position offer from Black Project 2025, and I'm gonna tell you my thoughts and my take on this. So if you're unfamiliar with official Black Project 2025, it was basically started during the whole election process, right? And everybody knows that there was this whole ordeal with Trump Project 2025, right? So to kind of go off of that and to turn it into something of our own, Black Project 2025, the goal was to create a Black community where we could basically collaborate, support Black businesses or whatever you do. Like whether, for me, example, I'm a swim coach. This is my news network that I'm starting, and I have a clothing brand. So that's what I would contribute to the community. I mean, it's not only for Black people, but it would be a space to where we can, basically a hub for Black creators, Black business owners, entrepreneurs, whatsoever. Sounds good, right? Now, Black Project 2025, just to give y'all a little bit of background, it grew very, very fast. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of followers per hour at one point in time. Do I think her intentions, Anaya's intentions, is to scam anybody? No, not at all. Do I think people are kind of underestimating the time frame that it takes to build the community and business professionally the way that she is doing? Yes, I think people don't really understand what's really going on. I think a lot of people got confused with the sign-up process and weren't able to do that, and so now they're calling it a scam. So because Black Project 2025 grew fast, immensely, like there was no platform for everybody to come together. You get what I'm saying? First of all, there was going to be the TikTok ban, and then I think she made an Instagram page and a TikTok page, but we needed a place to where everybody could get on. I think she did a Zoom call, and it was literally, it would cost some insane price of like $20,000 to have everybody on that one Zoom call, because that's how many people it was, right? So people started to fall off, and people did not start to pay attention right then and there. And I think that's what people have to admit, right? And I get that people are like, well, we donated our money. First of all, that was an option, right? That was an option. If you go on to official Black Project 2025, you will see a link where you will see all the tabs, right? One tab that you will notice is a cryptocurrency coin, right? Not trying to kind of spill the beans outside of the Discord, but obviously there is a Black crypto coin token that she is working on. Now, if you're not familiar with news, if you don't watch the news, or you're not really that into finances, then you don't know how big that is and what that means and how much money it takes to do that, right? For example, Donald Trump had a Trump coin or whatever, and people became millionaires overnight, right? But of course, Trump and his team had the funds to do that, right? She's hired multiple people on that, and I know that because I actually got offered a social media position because I run multiple social media pages, right? And I just decided that I could not give my all to that, and I wanted to pursue this Black news and entertainment channel. Do I think she needs to be better at communication? I definitely think so. This is turning more into an opinionated piece, but I'm just kind of give people more intel of what's going on. There's a lot of people who saying it's a scam, and that's not even in the Discord. If you join the Discord, you do have to get verified. It takes less than 24 hours, what it did for me. And there is groups where you can connect with different Black businesses, creators, entrepreneurs, and whatsoever. Again, I'm not trying to take away from anybody that did donate it and feel like they have been scammed or misinformed. I do think there needs to be a better form of communication or at a more rapid speed, because that does leave people in the dark, and people were vulnerable at that time, so now they feel like they're getting scammed. And in my opinion, I really truly do not think that it's a scam. I just think that it moved extremely fast, and she needs to speak out on it. So you guys tell me your thoughts. Did you join Black Project 2025? Are you in the Discord? Did you donate? Let me know in the comments below. And keep it respectful for everybody's opinion. It's okay to have different opinions, but let's also keep it respectful.
If it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, Aflac, Black Project 2025, the Hillman talk. I don't know if y'all remember that Black Wall Street dude in Atlanta back in the day. All of these things, okay, is mirroring the exact same capitalist systems that we know are not functional for anybody at all. I don't know how many times we have to keep saying that capitalism is not the answer, especially not for us. Equity is. Even like that huge Black Lives Matter organization, you could throw them in there as well. All of these organizations, it be giving money laundering, it be giving money scheme, it be giving high hopes and not a lot of execution. And people be giving their money to these things. People are actually donating to these things when you could be taking that same dollar and literally injecting it right into your community. The average Black person lives in community with other Black people. That is statistically true. Instead of donating to Black Project 2025 that's doing cryptocurrency, you could have took the money that you donated and sponsored 3 kids on a football team this year, 3 girls in the local dance school, 3 kids down to the marching band. You know what? It may be a couple low income kids. Let me sponsor some cleats. Let me do a giveaway. Let me, donate to the lunch program so a couple kids' families don't have to worry about lunch. There are ways to invest directly back into our communities. You could shop locally at the local Black businesses in your area. You could have took that money and instead of going to Cheesecake Factory, went to that new, small business in your town, that mom and pop shop, and your whole family could have ate and supported that Black business. Like, we got to stop with these online money laundering, because y'all copying the originator, and it's the same system that we complain about. Y'all keep trying to replicate, and that's why the shit doesn't work, because it doesn't function when they do it, so it's damn sure not gonna function when we do. And in my heart of hearts, I want to believe that all of these people started this shit with good intentions. I really do. But we know capitalism corrupts. Money corrupts. Let's just start going direct to source. And I feel like we should leave crowdfunding for like situations where people can't pay rent or they behind on utilities, things like that, to help people get out of the hole. That's when we crowdsource. But all this other shit that we crowdsourcing for people to be doing nefarious shit with the funds, and there's really no turnaround, and it's giving Dr. Umar with his dilapidated school. We need to cut that shit out. Just go direct to source, y'all. You probably, if you are a Black person watching this, you probably live around other Black people. Because with the Hillman Talk situation, it was better when it was unorganized and people was just sharing information and people was just receiving information. Why do we have to incorporate things? Why are you trying to create an institution that mirrors the same academic institutions that started to become corrupt once we started being able to go en masse, and is leaving people in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, that are exclusionary, that are, come on now, it's supposed to be accessible, free, easy to reach. Why are we putting up safeguards and gatekeeping? The Black Lives Matter situation, I don't even need to get into that. The Black Project 2025, at first it sounded like the message was on some whole nother stuff. Now we doing this crypto shit. I understand we're all the investors. Please, all the investors, don't get in my comment section. I know what y'all talk about with the crypto. But as far as security, it's not there yet for a group of people who, majority of us, are below the poverty line. So no, poor people should not be worried about investing in motherfucking crypto when they trying to figure out how to pay their motherfucking rent. So if they gave their little $20 to the Project 2025 thinking that it was going to be something else, and now y'all doing this crypto shit, pull the rug from under, like anytime crypto hit the scene, it's always some nefarious shit. So all of that, it really could be, use your investment knowledge and all that to teach people how to get on for free. My point is that since I've been on TikTok, I've been preaching y'all that capitalism is not the answer. Equity is. And if you are able to climb the capitalist ladder and still participate in a greater system at a large, that's great. I'm proud of y'all because I do it too. I'm about to go to work right now and clock in for a few extra hours on the paycheck. But it's like, I have no problem going direct to source. If you live amongst other black people, why are you donating online when there's probably a woman in your neighborhood right now that don't know how she gonna cover her rent? They used to have rent parties all the time. If we going to crowdsource and crowdfund, we got to make it make sense. Or just go direct to the source. Pick 3 things that you care about and put your money where your mouth is, direct in your community, and invest in these kids direct. Invest in these households direct.
The 22-year-old Anaya and her co-founder, Alana Banks, the co-founders who created the Black Project 2025, are a prime example of why education is so important in our community. A little bit of research goes a long way. Just a little bit of research. Before that girl launched her page, before that girl launched Black Project 2025 on her page, if you scroll down before she launched that, you would see the videos of her telling exactly what's really going on in her life and where her interests and her passions lie. And it was never in our community. This is why education is so important in our community. And people hear education, and I don't mean education as in spending 4 years at an accredited college to earn a degree. Education does not simply come from a classroom, and it does not simply come from a book. It is literally the thirst for knowledge, to arm yourself with knowledge. Education is simply that, to arm yourself with knowledge. And if 47,000 members of our community and our quote-unquote allies were armed with the correct knowledge, then Black Project 2025 would not have taken over the $103,000 in donations. Y'all gave y'all money away.
So guys, welcome back. Let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section here. I want to ask you a question, yeah? How many of you came across the Black Project 2025 and the lady who brought it across, Anaya? How many of you, what did you feel about it? How did you engage with the thoughts of Project 2025, the Black Project? Right, to be quite honest, I first saw the clip when it was going viral, and I thought to myself, this was a good thing for the Black community because for once, especially when the talks came off, Black people wanting to support Black-owned businesses, and then Anaya came up with this project where she was working up a system where it would make or help Black Americans have ease in finding each other and helping each other grow in terms of business. Right. I felt like it was a good initiative, but right now I really don't know. I feel like only time will tell whether she was genuine or not, because also, as some speakers say here, starting off a project like this is not easy, especially because some other speakers here, they mentioned the fact that Anaya might not have been prepared for what she was thrusted into, because she came into the internet with an idea without a clear way of execution. Right. Guys, also I have to say that you have to factor in some things, yeah? We are not assuming or ignoring the fact that, you know, things to do with money are very sensitive, especially if you come onto the platform and ask people for their support, telling them that their money is going to be going towards a particular cause. And then, as somebody said here, I feel like the biggest challenge here has been communication, because there are times that, or certain projects that require you to just do actions and not communicate as much, or maybe you don't find time to communicate, but at the end of the day, people have given their money, and they're still, much as people are living their life, somebody somewhere sits down wondering and whatever happened to Black Project 2025. And I feel like, personally, as an African looking into this whole situation, the whole thing was blown up by the fact that she introduced a cryptocurrency, and she didn't tell people initially what this cryptocurrency would stand for. So people automatically assumed she was using their donations to further her own agendas, you get. And then also, one speaker said something very important here in this analysis. She said that initially when Anaya was starting with this project, she used to say donations, right? But then somewhere along the line, she started saying investment, and this is where it got some other donators confused into thinking they'd have a stake in her company. Right, guys, all this, okay, I don't want to judge a lot because we really do not. I feel like time will tell. Time will tell. But if you feel like there's signs and symptoms of a pyramid scheme going on, you really can't confirm it until everything is said and done, until the dust settles. It's when you can confirm it. But for those who donated their money, I do feel like they did their intentions was to contribute towards a greater good, towards change. Because you picture this, can you imagine where you have a particular system in America where you have Black doctors, Black lawyers, Black businesses, just everything centered towards helping the Black American community, and it's a system that is working. That's a good idea, So I say, let's give her time. Also, I say we are not ignoring the concerns that people are bringing forward. And whether or not this project works or not, I really hope that someone else, if it doesn't work, someone else will pick up the project and move with it, because it is a good idea and it doesn't deserve to die just because there was not enough executions involved with it. Question is, if it doesn't work, where is all this money going to go? Because I don't see, if it's already been moved to, I don't see it going back to whoever sent it, unless, anyway, we don't want to jump ahead of our thoughts here. Let's just assume there's a miscommunication going on and she's still trying to find out whatever it is that is going on. Because we also have to factor in that we ourselves are not app developers, or we've never dealt with something this big, right? And if you, our audience, there's someone in the audience who's ever dealt with something of this magnitude that requires this kind of operation, you can let us know what you think about these whole situations, because yes, I do believe that it usually does take time, and it is in the best stages that you do mess up a lot because it is a trial and error kind of situation. And another question I'm asking is, because America has a history of interfering with Black businesses, if this thing is a possibility, do you genuinely think that they're gonna let Black Americans have something that is going to be only beneficial to them, And also, someone once said that when Black communities are thriving, they'll use one of your very own to sabotage that project. So right now, you really can't know what's going on at a deeper level, because one thing I like about this girl, she came out and said that she'll be having a town hall meeting where everybody is invited to come and ask her questions about what happened to the money and what happened to the project. But then again, my worry is that with her pushing this cryptocurrency so much, this is where cloudy judgment usually comes in. Someone becomes an instant millionaire overnight, and another one becomes a poor person overnight because they invested in something they didn't understand. And then a very important question is, why is she trying to introduce a new initiative when she's not even done with the old one? Leave alone being done. She's not even started with the old initiative, because and she's not shown people if the old one is working or not. She's quickly jumped on. It is all confusing. My brain is like this because what happens, you have scandals with these first projects, and then this second project catches a scandal because these things with Bitcoin investment and whatnot, it just doesn't take. Okay, let me just shut up and leave it there. Guys, let us know, what do you think about this matter? Because I'm finding it difficult. We are just trying to remain partial right now because we don't know. But what do you think about this whole situation? Yeah, did you invest your money? You know, as we say, only time will tell and time will expose it all. But will it be too late, or will it be just the perfect time when everything comes to light? Yeah. So guys, I think we'll leave it at that. Let us know what you think about this episode on the comment section. Also consider subscribing if it's your first time here. As usual, we thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Let's catch you on the next.